1, power up!
It's qualifications match number 7 as the action heats up here in Rochester. Autonomous period. Early action on both sides of the field. No cubes deposited as of yet. But here comes 191. They're going to get a foul here early in the autonomous period for moving that scale plate without placing a power cube on it. They will take the early advantage, 42-24. 1660 out of the gate in control for the Red Alliance. Popping one of those power cubes into the exchange as the Circuit Stomper machine on the near side of the arcade will take control of the scale. Their alliance partners, the X-Cats, trying to add some security, and they do. A fast 1-2 punch from the Red Alliance, and Blue will need to counter. 90-46 in favor of the Red Alliance, and Red will activate their first power-up of the game. A level 3 levitate here, giving them 30 points in a climb at the end of the match. 50-30 in control for the Blue Alliance. The team from Utica now with a power cube in their possession, trying to navigate it into the exchange area so their human players can put it in the vault behind driver station lines. 1660 adds some assurance to the red switch. And now 191 will do the same. 6870 now with power cube in hand in the blue platform zone. They're going to try and get something going. They drop their cube and will have to recollect as their opponents, 191, will try and take ownership of that blue switch, denying Blue any points, building up here in match number 7. Red with a large advantage, 225-102, using a level 2 boost to gain a little bit more of an advantage here with 40 seconds left in the match. It's a battle for the blue switch, 6870 going toe-to-toe with 191. It still remains in blue control now, with Blue using their force to take advantage of both the scale and their own switch. 20 seconds left in the match, followed by a level 2 force for the Red Alliance as well. The Circuit Stomper machine is up in the air, some pushing back and forth between the Harlem Knights and their opponents on the Blue Alliance. 5 seconds left in match number 7. It's 3, 2, 1. Here come your scores for match number 7. It will go to the Red Alliance. A score of 386-241. Red securing 2 ranking points for the win. Qualification match number
2, 1, go!
Qualification match number 11 now underway. 5 robots moving across the field. And we'll find the Red Alliance taking ownership of their scale, their switch during the autonomous period. That's pre-programmed instructions, instructing the robot to do just that with no intervention. Now the students step up to their controls. Robotics doing a number on the switch for the Red Alliance, finding a little bit of defense from Team 271, the Mechanical Marauders. Robots moving back and forth as the Blue Alliance attempts to catch up to the Red, who is in ownership of the scale and their own switch, gaining 1 point per second for each. Team 4361 passing off at Power Cube through the exchange zone to the human players. Red Alliance double the score of the Blue Alliance. However, Team 1518 and their robot probably sets a power cube on the scale to even it out. Donkey Kong, the robot of Team 4361, sets a power cube, and the X-Cats are looking to do the same, and now the scale tips in favor of the Red Alliance with 1 minute left to go in qualification match number 11. Team 191 on the far side of the field picks up a power cube and looks to play a little bit of Tetris with the red side of the scale as they line up and carefully replaces a power cube. However, they are still in possession of the scale for 1 point per second. 212 to 109. Red Alliance still holding on to the lead as we head into the in-game period, the last 30 seconds of the match. Raider Robotics looking to set a power cube on the scale. They now head to the platform with the climb in sight. 10 seconds left to go on the match. Blue Alliance using a force power-up, taking ownership of their own scale. Team 191 for the Red Alliance climbing, as well as 15-18 for the blue, and time is up for this qualification match. Scores are in. It is the Red Alliance with the victory in this match. Your score, 315 red, 185 blue. That'll be 2 ranking points for the Red Alliance. They all move up in the standings.
Power up!
Red Alliance, all 3 robots moving past the autocross line, and the Warlock setting a power cube onto the switch. That'll complete the auto quest for Red, gaining them an additional 15 points during the autonomous period, as well as a rank point. 45 to 30, still close, as the Blue Alliance had also gained ownership of their switch during the autonomous period. Robots now in control of the students. The X-Cats making the first move on the scale in favor of the Red Alliance. A lot of action happening in the middle of the field here as robots left and right are looking to take back that scale. 85 to 57, Red Alliance's team member Warlocks, Team 1507, placing yet another power cube on the scale. Blue Alliance looking to offset as much as possible. We'll see if they can make that happen. Still plenty of time left in the match. Team 533, the team from Lindenhurst, New York, setting yet another power cube on their switch, maintaining control. Meanwhile, Team 174's robot Snowbot setting another power cube up on the scale. If the Blue Alliance can take that back, that'll be another 1 point per second in their favor. Red Alliance utilizing their levitate power up for an additional climb at the end of the match. Less than 1 minute left to go here. Red Alliance still holding on to that lead. Red Alliance now looking to boost that lead even further with their latest power-up, the boost with 3 power cubes in the vault. That'll be an additional 1 point per second for the scale and the switch. We now head towards the end game period as robots have their eyes on climbing the tower in the middle. Red Alliance using their last power-up, the Force, which holds on to the ownership of the scale for the Red Alliance. Blue Alliance has 1 robot climbing. That'll be Team 174, the Arctic Warriors. 10 seconds left to go in the match. Team 1507 looks like they froze in place, but they were trying to make a last-second climb. There they go. They're up and they're good. And that's time here in qualification match number 17. Explanation, and the results are in. It'll be the Red Alliance with the win. A score of 439 to 220. Blue Alliance gained an extra climb award.
In 3, 2, 1, power up!
Qualifications match number 33 underway here. Early strikes on both sides of the field. The 38-38 machine popping 1 in the switch. 15-59, the lone robot in the middle of the arcade, taking ownership for the Blue Alliance. Blue will take the early advantage. Both teams securing an early ranking point here in match number 33. $15.59, the Victor machine in control for the Blue Alliance. They're the lone robot scoring here on the blue side of the scale. Already quite a few cubes built up for the Blue Alliance. 4093 attempting to bring it back, but Hardwired will miss just shy, and they will have to recollect. The X-Cats with cube in hand now, pushing back and forth between the 6490 Panther Robotics machine. 191 trying to get outside of that platform zone and get around. Already power up for the Red Alliance. They're using their levitate here early in the match. Good for 30 points and a free climb at the end of the match. 188 to 107. The Blue Alliance advantages. They activate a level 3 boost power-up, doubling the points of both the switch and the scale. 15, 59, and 191. Working on their opponent's switch, trying to deny them any sort of points. They both deliver, but it won't be enough to stop the Red Alliance scoring. Just 1 minute left in play. Blue with a 100-point advantage. Red will have some catch-up work to do here in the final minute of play. The 5590 machine, the one providing those cubes behind driver station lines. Working on that power cube stack, trying to get as many back there as they can as Red Alliance pops up both their boost as well as Red now, activating a levitate. Final period of play here in the last 30 seconds. 385 to 199, the blue advantage. 1559, the Devil Tech machine has their hook up and extended as Blue Alliance plays a level 1 force with 15 seconds left in the match. All three red machines right up against that scale, trying to get something going in the last 10 seconds. 1559 is up with 3, 2, 1. Time expires in Quals match number 33. Your official results next. Your scores for that last match. Blue Alliance takes the win. The score was 475 to 209. Despite the loss, Red Alliance will secure 1 ranking point for their alliance. That's for the
One power up.
Robots are now moving on both sides of the arcade. Blue Alliance looks like they may have completed the auto quest as the X-Cats placed the power cube in the Blue Alliance switch. That yellow dot on the screen indicates that, yes, they have successfully completed the task. Team 191 bumping into the Red Alliance member 1591, that's Grease Gladiators, who are in control of a power cube heading on over to the scale on the near side of the field. Human player for the Blue Alliance was waiting for the power cube from Team 2228. They successfully receive it. Red Alliance now in control of their own switch as well as the scale. The X-Cats from right here in Rochester setting a power cube up on the scale on the far side of the field for the Blue Alliance. Levitate power up being played early on in this match with 80 seconds left to go. They will get an automatic climb at the end. Skidabore Robotics handing off a cube through the exchange zone for the Red Alliance as they look to place those cubes in their vaults and take advantage of those power-ups. The X-Cats placing yet another power cube on the scale for the Blue Alliance. They got hung up and accidentally knocked one of the cubes off of the scale. However, they're still in control. Red Alliance using those power cubes from the exchange zone now as they activated their levitate power-up. They will also get a free climb at the end of the match. 216 to 150, Blue Alliance with the lead as we head into the last 30 seconds here in qualification match number 42. Power-up boost by the Red Alliance means they'll get control of their own switch. Pittsburgh Panthers robot Gemma's hung up on the bar. They're pulling themselves up, and they're above the line. That'll count. 10 seconds left to go. Blue Alliance now finishing up their force power-up They have all 3 robots on the platform. However, we're going to find the X-Cats extending their reach. 1 second left to go. Not enough time, and we are done with match number 42. Blue Alliance walks away with the victory and 3 rank points from this match. 2 for the win, 1 for completing the auto quest.
Power up.
Autonomous period for qualifications. Match number 49, all 6 robots in motion here. Some deposits early, 1 from the Blue Alliance in their own switch. Back and forth goes the Fairport machine, but no dice. It falls just shy. Drivers take control. Blue Alliance with the advantage. They also snag the ranking point for the auto run. 40-15. Here in the second period of play. 578 pops one in for the Red Alliance. Unfortunately, also picking up a foul for launching here in the red platform zone. 1405 will join their Alliance partners as they deposit one, adding more insurance to their own switch. The Circuit Stompers rounding out this Red Alliance, trying to start taking back the work that 1551 and 191 has done on this blue side of this scale. The Naples machine in control for blue, working with a power cube on the near side of the arcade. Just over a minute and a half left in play. 133-48, the blue advantage. Now in ownership of the scale and their own switch. 578 for the Red Alliance. They are moving those power cubes into the exchange, but it is blue who will activate a power up first. It's a levitate, courtesy of the 5952 machine. Robotic going back and forth into that exchange. Well over 1 minute left in play. Red Alliance takes ownership of the scale, but now a drop from the Circuit Stompers machine gives 1551 and 191 a chance to take it back, and they do so. Blue Alliance now with ownership of the scale. 190-107 as 378 tips it back to neutral. Back and forth we go, a battle for the scale here with 45 seconds left. A level 3 power-up being used for the Blue Alliance. That's a boost now as they boost both the scale and the switch, both in their ownership with 30 seconds left in the match. 1405 and 378 going up high. They tip the scale in favor of red with 20 seconds left to climb up and face the boss. Red Alliance trying to close the gap now, in ownership of both the scale and the switch with a level 3 boost being used. They cut the deficit now, 315-250 as the boost runs out. Now a level 3 force being used for the Blue Alliance as time expires. Now, blue takes down the boss first. A score of 374-274. Blue Alliance takes the win and picks up 3 ranking points in the process. 2 for the win, 1 for the
One power up.
Here we go, Team 3015 fast traveling over to the scale in the middle. They successfully place 1 power cube. Their teammates, X-Cats, places 1 in the switch. That plus crossing the auto line for all 3 robots will gain them the auto quest bonus. Blue Alliance has done the same. And here we go, 59-35, but that score continues to climb. Red Alliance in control of the switch and the scale. Blue Alliance in control of their own scale, their own switch. Back and forth, back and forth. We're gonna find Team 51, the Grapes of Wrath, placing power cubes on the scale for the Blue Alliance. Team 1559 doing the same. 118-69. Blue Alliance now in control of that scale means they will be gaining 1 point per second. 90 seconds to go in the match. These teams are zooming back and forth. as they work to collect these power cubes and place them on the scale and switches. Devil Tech with another one. Ranger Robotics, team 3015 on the far side, places a power cube. Queued up behind them, team 191, the team out of Rochester. They successfully place it. Still not enough to tip the scales, but they have 50 seconds left to make it happen. Very close match between 1 to 2 points as these teams are moving back and forth to the exchange zones now in preparation for using power-ups. We'll see if the vaults can actually be utilized successfully as we are now in the last 30 seconds. And the first to make a move is the Red Alliance using their Levitate and their level 3 force power-up, giving them control of the scale and their switch. Then back-to-back, they use their other power-up, the level 3 boost, doubling the points value of their own game pieces. 10 seconds left to go. Red Alliance up, 305 to 290. X-Cats have climbed. The Grapes of Wrath have climbed. 5 seconds left to go. It could be anybody's game. Blue Alliance uses their level 2 boost. Time is up. My goodness. The last 15 seconds, the official score from this match. It's the Blue Alliance with a score of 353 to 351. 2 points made the difference here. However, the Red Alliance does not.
Two, one, power up.
Opening period, autonomous action here in qualification match number 67. The first strike goes to 340. 1450 will counter for the Blue Alliance, and now it's Suits popping one in for Red. Successful autonomous modes on both sides of the field. Time runs out. Blue will have the slight advantage, but both alliances grabbing that auto run for the ranking point. Here as drivers take control. 191 and 340 going toe-to-toe in midfield. 340 ranked number 1, 191 ranked number 5. And with only a handful of matches left today, every cube matters as Red takes ownership of the scale. They will start cutting their deficit. Blue still with the advantage. 3 machines in the red side of the arcade, 6892, 1450, and 3951. Looks like 1450 is trying to get around the defense of 6891, the Big Cat Robotics team, to try and deny some points on their opponent's switch. They drop a cube. As 3951, the Suits machine delivers once again to the exchange. Expect to see some power-ups rolling in from the Red Alliance very shortly. Well over 1 minute left in play. Red has taken the lead, 148 to 137. As 191 and 340 still go toe-to-toe on this center field scale. Tipping back and forth between neutral and ownership of the Red Alliance. Red will still have the advantage with just under a minute left in play. All cubes now vacated from the switch areas of the field. Robots having to cycle between their portals at the far ends of the arcade with 10 seconds until the end game period here in match number 67. First power-up of the match. Red uses a level 3 Levitate worth a free climb worth 30 points, followed up by a level 3 boost, doubling the points of both the scale and the switch. They will extend their lead 313 to 181 with 20 seconds left to face the boss. The X-Cats and Gurr back-to-back at the scale. 340 is airborne. 10 seconds left for the X-Cats machine. It's 3, 2, 1. Time runs out here in match number 67. Here come your official results for that last match. It will go to the Red Alliance. It's a score of 421 to 207. Despite the loss, Blue Alliance will take home 1 ranking point due to 1450.
2, 1, power up.
Qualification match number 71 here at the Finger Lakes Regional Autonomous Period. 15-11 will strike first, followed by the X-Cats. Canandaigua trying to make it 2 for the Blue Alliance. They succeed on the far side of the arcade. And there are going to be even scores coming out of this autonomous period. Both alliances pick up the auto run for the ranking point as drivers step to their controls. Huge hit midfield, 15-11 and 59-47. As 15-11 makes a delivery to the far side of the red switch. They're going to go toe-to-toe with 6490, the Panther Robotics machine, and it's a battle for the red switch. 30-03 has their arm extended. They're going to try and take ownership of the blue scale. It tips momentarily, but Cube falls off and returns to the equilibrium point. 2340, the Eccentrics machine, will be in control for the Blue Alliance. They're going to be moving between their power cube zone and the exchange to trade those power cubes in for power-ups behind driver station lines with a minute and a half left in play. X-Cats and 30-03 still going for that scale. 191 will take temporary ownership, but Canandaigua brings it back to rest. 15-11 and 64-90 on the red side of the arcade, still going back and forth on the red switch as well now, as Red Alliance does not have ownership of either the scale or the switch, and the scoring ceases for the Red Alliance. Just over 1 minute left in play here in qualifications match number 71. Blue with a slight advantage, 154 to 110 with no power-ups as to speak of yet. The battle for the scale and the red switch continues. Now action shifts to the corners of the field. One red and one blue robot each. 15-11 pinning down 59-47. The Robo Jags, as 64-90 seems static in the red side of the arcade, will hope they can get something going here for their alliance in the final seconds. Red Alliance activates their first power-up, a levitate for a free climb. Worth 30 points at the end of this match. 20 seconds left to face the boss. Blue with ownership of the scale and the switch. Red with some catch-up work to do, but not by much. 241 to 182 with 15 seconds left. X-Cats and Tanks back-to-back at the scale. The X-Cats are going up in the air. 2340 gonna try and climb on the Canandaigua machine. It's 3, 2, 1. Time expires. Blue punches that buzzer beater for the levitate power-up. Thumbs up from our head referee, and here comes the scores. It will be the Blue Alliance who takes the victory here. A score of 356 to 217. Despite the loss, Red Alliance will secure one ranking point for the Alliance. 190.
3, 2, 1, power up.
Robots moving on both sides of the arena now. This is the start of qualification match number 76 here at Finger Lakes. We're going to find the Blue Alliance taking ownership of the scale in the middle of the field. Cleveland's team dumping a power cube into the Red Alliance switch. Both alliances now gaining the rank point for the auto quest. 63 to 34, Blue Alliance holding on to a slim lead. We'll see if the Red Alliance can pull back from behind here. We're finding the X-Cats over in the red platform zone, picking up a power cube, and it looks like they may be heading back over to the scale. Meanwhile, Team 639, the wonderful team from Ithaca High School, has a power cube in their possession, and they look to transfer it to the human player in the exchange zone. Cleveland's team doing the same for the Red Alliance. 130 to 108, still anybody's game, as the Red Alliance now takes advantage of a level 3 force power-up. That ownership of the switch and the scale will help them cut down that lead of the Blue Alliance. On the Blue Alliance side of the arena now, we're going to find Team 3157, the team from Rochester, placing power cubes into the blue switch. It looks like they're playing a little bit of defense, trying to help out their alliance to come back and snipe the lead. Less than 1 minute left of play in this action-packed match. On the near side of the field for the Blue Alliance switch, Team HCRC doing their best to hold on to the ownership of it. East Ridge Robotics and their Robot Lance now has the end game in sight. Their hooks are reaching towards the sky as the human player for their alliance activates the boost power-up. We're now in the last 30 seconds of the match. We're gonna find Code Red Robotics successfully climbing 274 to 242, less than 20 seconds left to go. Blue Alliance now utilizing a level 2 force power-up and a levitate power-up. We're gonna see if the Red Alliance can get any robots climbing before the end of this match. Less than 10 seconds left to go. Will East Ridge make it? They say if you can dream it, they can build it, and they built a fine robot that was able to climb in the last second of the match. Action-packed gameplay right there at the end. All right, and the wait is over. It'll be the Blue Alliance, the victors of match number 76. Your score, 412 to 306.
One power up.
Quarterfinal 2, match number 1. The 4th seeded alliance in red, 5th in blue. Early strikes from both sides of the field. Team number 1511 for the Red Alliance, 191 is on the clock for blue in the scale. Their alliance partners 39. 51 take care of the switch. Blue will have the advantage into driver control. $191 in control for blue on the near side of the arcade. They're going to be pushing back and forth with team number 1511. And now 1511 is going to draw a technical foul for contact in that null territory for blue. 191 securing a cube on the scale for blue, but here comes the grapes machine. 1551 trying to do it for the Red Alliance as 4361 and 191 continue the scoring for blue. Team number 3951, the suits machine is deep in the blue side of the arcade, going between the power cube stack and the exchange. Now 1511 will do the same for red. 1551 still trying to bring back this scale into ownership of red. First power up of the match, a level 3, check that, level 2 boost from the Blue Alliance, doubling the points accrued on this scale for 10 seconds, and they extend their lead 213 to 101. And now a dropped power cube from the Naples machine gives 191 a chance to add more insurance onto this scale. Power up, Blue Alliance, they use a level 1 force to force ownership of their own switch. 1551, an incredible driver save there for the Red Alliance with just under 1 minute left in play. It's a shoving match between 1511 and 191 on the near side of the arcade. 191 breaks free with power cube in hand. 1511 heads back to their side of the arcade and runs more cubes into the exchange. 1405, the lone red machine on the far side of the blue arcade as we reach our end game period here in quarterfinal 2, match number 1. The suits machine is ready to face the boss. They're waiting for 191 to get in position. 17 seconds left. Naples ascends the scale. Power up, Red Alliance, a level 3 force as they take ownership of the scale and the switch for 10 seconds. Here we go, 5 seconds left. It's 3, 2, 1. Time runs out here in match number 2. And your scores coming up next. 2. The Blue Alliance will take the match. It's a score of 388 to 312. The 5th seeded Blue Alliance takes the advantage on the 4th seeded red.
One power up.
Quarterfinal 2, match number 1. The 4th seeded alliance in red, 5th in blue. Early strikes from both sides of the field. Team number 1511 for the Red Alliance, 191 is on the clock for blue in the scale. Their alliance partners 39. 51 take care of the switch. Blue will have the advantage into driver control. 191 in control for blue on the near side of the arcade. They're going to be pushing back and forth with team number 1511. And now 1511 is going to draw a technical foul for contact in that null territory for blue. 191 securing a cube on the scale for blue, but here comes the Grapes machine. 1551 trying to do it for the Red Alliance as 4361 and 191 continue the scoring for blue. Team number 3951, the Suits machine, is deep in the blue side of the arcade, going between the Power Cube stack and the exchange. Now 1511 will do the same for red. 1551 still trying to bring back this scale into ownership of red. First power up of the match, a level 3, check that, level 2 boost from the Blue Alliance, doubling the points accrued on this scale for 10 seconds, and they extend their lead, 213 to 101. And now a dropped power cube from the Naples machine gives 191 a chance to add more insurance onto this scale. Power up, Blue Alliance, they use a level 1 force to force ownership of their own switch. 1551, an incredible driver save there for the Red Alliance with just under 1 minute left in play. It's a shoving match between 1511 and 191 on the near side of the arcade. 191 breaks free with power cube in hand. 1511 heads back to their side of the arcade and runs more cubes into the exchange. 1405, the lone red machine on the far side of the blue arcade as we reach our end game period here in quarterfinal 2, match number 1. The Suits machine is ready to face the boss. They're waiting for 191 to get in position. 17 seconds left. Naples ascends the scale. Power up. Red Alliance, a level 3 force as they take ownership of the scale and the switch for 10 seconds. Here we go. 5 seconds left. It's 3, 2, 1. Time runs out here in match number 2. And your scores coming up next. 2. The Blue Alliance will take the match. It's a score of 388 to 312. The 5th seeded Blue Alliance takes the advantage on the 4th seeded red.
One power up.
The arcade is now in motion. Red Alliance claiming their auto quest bonus with all 3 robots moving past the line. Blue Alliance claiming the scale, potentially. No, it levels out. However, they did grab their switch in the autonomous period. Team 1551, the Grapes of Wrath, looking to set a cube on the scale, just narrowly misses it. Blue Alliance already looking to take advantage of the power-up vaults. They're farming as many cubes as possible through that exchange zone, and the human player is quickly and hastily putting those into empty slots. Very close match so far, 100 to 86. Still plenty of time left in this match for the Red Alliance to catch up. Blue had recently activated their levitate power-up. That means at the end of the match, they'll get a free climb. They're also currently in control of the switch and the scale. However, the team from Naples, New York, Team 1551, is looking to upset that balance. Team 1551 and their skilled drivers just barely avoiding a tip over with a little over a minute left in the match. That could have been disastrous for the Red Alliance. The X-Cats on the red side of the field are now playing a little bit of defense. They receive a power cube from the human player and are in a pushing battle with Rolling Thunder. Back and forth they go, making tons of noise. As they try to close this gap, the Red Alliance now utilizes their level 3 power boost, doubling their score and overtaking the Blue Alliance quickly. As we head into the end game period, this match could go either way. The Red Alliance trying to stay in it for one more match. Blue Alliance trying to take it to the semifinals. Power boost from the Blue Alliance. That'll be a level 3, and now they are neck and neck with red as we head to less than 20 seconds left to go. Robots are attempting to climb, and there it goes. The Grapes of Wrath in their robot tip scale successfully does so for the Red Alliance. The X-Cats are looking to do the same. 5 seconds left to go. Will they make it? They sit on the platform. 2, 1. Unofficially, we could be going to another match, but we will have your final results. And there you have it. The Red Alliance walks away with the victory in quarterfinal 2, match number 2, with a score of 372 to 272. That means we have our second.
3, 2, 1, power up.
Team 191, the X-Cats, zooming across the field. They fast travel over to the far side of the scale as they look to set the power cube on the scale. However, they just shortly miss it. Both alliances taking control of their switch during the 15-second autonomous period. Robots moving back and forth across the arcade. We're gonna find the X-Cats picking up a power cube from the Red Alliance side of the field, looking to place it on the scale. Meanwhile, Team 156 from Fairview, Pennsylvania, places a power cube on the blue switch. They're trying to play a little bit of defense there and stop that score from running away from them. 96 to 85, Blue Alliance favored so far. We're gonna find 2 Red Alliance robots staying on their side of the field. Team 1511, Rolling Thunder, playing a little bit of a transport game with the human player as they look to hand off power cubes to place into the ball. That power-up sound is the Blue Alliance. They were the first to blink as they use their levitate power-up. However, the Red Alliance then goes and uses their force power-up, and with 2 cubes in that vault slot, they took ownership of their scale, their switch. Less than a minute left to go in the match here. We're gonna find the X-Cats still playing defense against the Red Alliance, looking to hold on to their lead here in quarterfinal 2 tiebreaker match. Less than 40 seconds left to go here in this match. Team 1511 picking up cubes, while their alliance partner 1551, the Grapes of Wrath, stacks yet another power cube on top, playing a bit of Tetris. 245 to 215, and that score keeps climbing hastily. Now that the Blue Alliance use their boost power up. Less than 20 seconds left to go. Here is the point where the Red Alliance overtakes the Blue. Can they hold on? Less than 10 seconds left to go in the match. Team 156 climbs, Team 3951 climbs. 2 robots for Blue, 1 on the platform. All 3 of Red Alliance's robots on the platform or climbing, and time is up. Very close. Your Blue Alliance with a score of 345 to 327.
Two, 1, power up.
2018 Finger Lakes Regional Semifinals here. The number 1 seeded alliance in red, the number 5 seeded alliance in blue. Both of these quarterfinal matches went to 3, and these alliances will be working hard to make it to the finals. Who will it be? Let's find out. Red takes the advantage as drivers take control. A quick delivery from 191 misses wide left. That gives Red an opportunity to seal the deal, adding more insurance onto the center scale. Red Alliance, it's the 340 machine, piling up these power cubes on the scale early on. Now they're going to be joined by their alliance partners, 1507, back-to-back in the null territory. Front side of the arcade, Red Alliance making it rain. They got these cubes all over the scale. Blue Alliance focusing on the exchange, 3951, pumping 2 power cubes into the exchange. Back to back with the 340 Churchville machine. Power up, Blue Alliance. They use Levitate early on in this match with 1.5 minutes left in play. Red advantage, 146 to 92. Red Alliance has ownership of both the scale and the switch. Blue Alliance has catch-up work to do in the last minute of play. Power up, Red Alliance. Now they use their Levitate bonus for the free climb. We're 30 points. 35-50. The Robotronics machine from Quebec. Popping these cubes in the exchange. Good for these power-ups behind the driver station lines. 191, playing the interference on red. Trying to get the switch in ownership of blue, stopping this Red Alliance from scoring any more points. 340 doing the same thing on the blue switch. Back and forth we go. 45 seconds left. Power up, Blue Alliance. They use a level 2 force, forcing the scale in ownership of the Blue Alliance, which they currently own. 34 seconds left. 39.51 is extended. And 340 and 15.07 doing it for red. 25 seconds left in semifinal match number 1. Winches are going. Blue Alliance is on their way up. 15.07 and 340 doing it for red. 4 robots are airborne, holding for 10 seconds. Can they do it? With 5 seconds left, it's 3, 2, 1. Semifinal 1 in the books at Finger Lakes. Semifinal number 1 scores go to the Red Alliance. A score of 466 to 290. Number 1 seed Alliance goes up 1 game here in the semifinal.
Two, one, power up.
Here we go. Replay of semifinal 1 match number 2 is now in progress. X-Cat's gonna take the scale for the Blue Alliance, but Gurr's gonna level it out. As we head into the teleoperated period, Blue Alliance down just a couple of points behind red. Warlocks, team 1507 on the far side of the field, picks up a power cube and heads on over to the red side of the scale in the middle of the arcade. Along with Greater Rochester Robotics, they will both place power cubes, further securing the scale for the Red Alliance. That 30-point lead could be the difference, but we still have plenty of time left in this match, as the Blue Alliance will find X-Cat's team 191, taking their power cube and lifting it high above the field and placing it into the scale. That force power up of level 2 kind was for the Blue Alliance. That will give them their own switch for 10 seconds. Speaking of the Blue Alliance switch, the team out of Churchville, New York, Gurr, looking to play a little bit of defense against the Blue Alliance. They are swiftly placing cubes into that switch, and now it has shifted over to the red side, meaning Blue Alliance lost the scoring ability of that switch. Less than 1 minute left to go in this match as the Red Alliance utilizes their Levitate power-up. Team 4361's Robot Donkey Kong playing defense over in the Red Alliance side, as Robotronics hands off cube after cube to the human players through the exchange zone. Blue Alliance activating their own Levitate power-up. That'll be a free climb at the end of the game. Speaking of which, here we go in the last 30 seconds of the match. Boost power-up from the Red Alliance means that they're doubling their scores for the switch and the scale. X-Cats for the Blue Alliance making the climb. Suits and their robot Wally makes the climb as well for the Blue Alliance. That plus the Levitate is 3 climbs. Red Alliance doing the same with the Warlocks and Gurr. 2 seconds left to go. Team 3550 places a last second power cube and their own switch. And that's the all right, this time it's for real. Your winners, the Red Alliance. 457 to 248. Alliance 1 will be moving on to the